I'm Alan, you know me from the last video. So this is our new Prodim. It's a measuring device. It measures in 3D and 2D, and we remotely measure unusual spaces with it so that we can get them accurate. So I'm going to jump in this car and I'm going to measure this deck out, and then we're going to transfer the measurements to the Prodim, then to our cutting desk, and what we'll do is we'll make this here into a deck that'll fit in that car. So this is how we do it. We turn the Prodim on and I calibrate it, and I'm going to jump in the vehicle here and measure. So if we have a look up here, you'll see that's the drawing of inside that vehicle, very accurate. And what we're going to do is we're going to close that and transfer that onto this, and we're going to go inside. So with this device we can measure out to about 7 meters with this wire, and we can measure unusual spaces that would be hard to do with a tape or any other method, 3D or 2D shapes, and ideal for things that are just difficult to get the coordinates of, like curves, glass, boat binnacles inside vehicles like this. Let's go see how it works.
So you just saw Dad working with the Proliner on the car, and he's brought in the memory stick to me to pop it on the iPad and finish up the job. So I'll show you a bit how that process works. Here I have plugged in the pen drive into the iPad. It's already imported our file for us, and it's come out looking pretty great, exactly how we'd expect. So what we're going to do is just export this file as a DXF file type, and we're going to export it onto our big main computer that does all the cutting. So I skipped ahead the boring bits of saving the file and the file name, and now I'll show you how we use it on the computer. So I've exported it into this file that's for Alan, and I've called it Dad's car because conveniently he's my dad and it's his car. So I just drag that DXF CAD file onto this system we use. It's called ActCut, and I check that it's gonna import correctly in millimeters, which it is. I press OK. Still looks the same, nothing different. We're going to do a pathfinder on it, so this is the computer reading the file and showing us how it's going to cut. Go ahead with that system, and I can select down here how it starts the cut. So at the moment it's going to do what's called a straight cut, starting and ending with 5 mil. So that means the cut of the Waterjet will start out here and then go around and finish coming back out by 5 mil. Happy with that, and so it'll just do a path on the computer showing me how it's going to work. Once it's done with that, I can go ahead and close all that. It's automatically saved into this file that I want, and from here I take it and put it onto the big computer in the workshop. So I'll take you out to the workshop and show you what we do from there. So here we are out in the workshop. I'm going to show you how we go from the computer in the office onto this computer right here. So I've transferred the file. That's what I did while I was out there, and you can see it's here on the screen. So on the bed we've put this big sheet down, and that's what we're going to cut it from. I've already positioned the head of the machine with the origin right here in the corner where I want it. I've got some weights so that the sheet doesn't move while we're cutting. So on here on the computer, I'm going to go ahead and select the type of material I'm going to cut. So it's already set pretty much how I want it because of what we cut last. I've got some aluminium, and I'm going to say that it's about 5 mil thick. This just changes the speed of how many millimeters we're cutting per minute. This is just going in the back of our car, so it doesn't need to be a nice tidy cut. We can cut really nice and fast, but I might just slow it down a wee bit. Tell the machine that's what I want, and I'm going to tell it not to do a dynamic pierce when we start. So a dynamic pierce is when the nozzle comes in and does a bit of a circle before it actually starts the cut, and I don't need it to do that because it's nice thin material. It's all set up. I'm going to turn it into automatic mode and turn everything on. It gets quite noisy now, so I'll shoot the rest of the video and put some titles on to tell you what's happening. You can see here is the little 5mm that I talked about, where it starts and finishes coming in and out. Cool, so now we just have to give it a wash down and we'll put it in the back of the car.
Great.
Beautiful fit.
Beautiful fit.